like a free shot, or is this
our intro? Yeah,
I guess it should. Like, how many shots?
What are we drinking right now, Brian?
Well, we're drinking some Jim Beam honey bourbon.
Do you hate Jim Beam, by the way?
No, I like it.
God, yeah.
Jim Beam honey bourbon, which Joe's kindly bought for us tonight.
It's our Sugar Factory special.
I've never had it before, so this is going to be exciting. I'm assuming it's going to have...
It smells exactly like Jim Beam.
It does.
Can't smell anything different just yet.
It really does.
Yeah.
So here we are, our 6th episode.
Wow. Who knew we'd get this far?
Actually, that's amazing.
I'm super stoked.
It's kind of amazing.
We're not running out of steam.
No way.
I don't feel like we've dragged ourselves to episode 6. I feel like it's gotten to episode 6 and we're like, yeah, of course, let's keep going.
I had a moment today when I was getting ready to take a shower, and I thought, what if Joe's like, oh God, is it fucking Tuesday again?
No.
But then I checked myself, and I'm like, do I feel that?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm totally excited.
I'm so stoked.
I'm so
stoked.
All right.
And I'll say why in a second.
Okay, episode 6.
Episode 6, Sugar Facts. Welcome.
Welcome.
Louder. Yeah.
Nice. Oh my God.
Delish.
That's really fucking smooth.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's like just really smooth all the way down.
There was no like kind of burn, gaggy, like
nothing. That's dangerously delicious.
That is really good. Shit.
Mate, we would just have that by itself.
Well.
Put it on ice, mix it with a little bit of like a squeeze of honey in it.
We're going to do that later.
Yeah. It's going to be good. No,
it's
going to get to the point where we'll be making apple pie and just be like, chuck it in there.
Put the honey bourbon in it. John Bryan special honey bourbon pie. You can do this at home. And here's the ingredients you need.
Please figure out the ingredients.
Flour and honey.
And apples. Oh shit, we forgot the apples.
Oh fuck, we don't need the apples.
Fuck them.
Right.
So,
we've got
tonight,
a lot of work to do tonight.
Yeah,
What time is it?
It's 8:15.
Let's agree
That's
to...
a good time to start.
Let's agree to... what did we say?
I forget.
We're going to have to switch positions.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I wanted to... Okay, we should talk about what we're doing. And then I think the rules of the engagement should be...
Okay.
You have to sit across from the bar. You cannot even really look at what I'm doing.
Okay, good. I like that.
You definitely can't touch anything. You can't, like...
No?
Even if I'm like, this is wrong with it, you can only sort of give me hints.
Okay. I like that. Yeah,
You
you'll have all your stuff here. I can't see it if I'm there.
Yeah, it has to be like basically pretty much hands off. You tell me how to make an apple pie.
Sure.
But without really guidance.
Yeah. So just for the recording, welcome to Sugar Facts episode 6.
Yep.
In this episode, before actually we even get to the Sugar Fact, Joe would like to make an apple pie.
Yep. Love to.
And I've made a few apple pies before, so I'm going to be guiding her through.
Brian's kind of like the village baker.
That's stretching it a bit, but
one time he made this amazing coffee cake.
That's not true at all.
It was so yum.
There's a story behind that. There is a story behind that. And you know what? Maybe it'll come up. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't even come up.
You'll have to hang on to your seats, kids.
If you want to hear more about Brian's shitty coffee cake
that he's still losing sleep about.
God damn it. But she's going to make an apple pie, which I think is kind of the best pie.
Yeah, it's the nicest pie you can ever have.
I mean, I like all kinds of pie.
Yeah.
I can't even think of a pie that I don't like.
Yeah.
Is there a pie that you don't like?
Pumpkin pie? No, I love
pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat pumpkin pie all the time.
Onion pie?
Onion pie is not one I like.
Yeah.
That's not even a pie, though. You just made that up.
Yeah. Because it would be gross.
It would be gross. Onion. Although there is an onion quiche, which is quite nice.
Yeah, that would
not
be
a pie,
nice.
Though.
Yeah, no pie.
There's no pie that's bad.
Correct.
There's only bad pie
that's your
makers.
First fact of the episode, friends.
That's the first fact.
That's the first fact.
There's no pie that's bad.
No bad pies.
No pies are bad. There are only bad piemen. And
for this episode, we've got a bad pieman in the house.
Bad pieman in the house.
I have no cooking prowess whatsoever. Definitely not baking skills. So basically, Brian is going to sit on the opposite side of the bar this evening.
Yep.
And talk me through the process of making apple pie. He can't touch anything. He can't help me in any way. I am just a bumbling mess on one side of the bar with the expert on the other side.
And I think at the
you
end...
might as well be on the other side of the Atlantic.
I think at the end of this, Joe's going to discover a little something about herself, and maybe you guys will discover a little bit something about yourself.
Exactly.
Which is
and
that
you know what?
you don't like to listen to podcasts
Exactly.
about people making pies.
You might just decide to unsubscribe. And you know what? Say lovey.
The fact that you subscribed in the first place was
We're so stoked.
thrilling enough.
We're so stoked. Thank you for doing that. It's been
Okay.
really nice having you for that 10 minutes.
All right. So a lot of this stuff we can talk about now.
Cooking
After
time.
Cooking time. Okay. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you're going to be using the bar top as the surface.
This top here. Okay.
No. Look what I'm doing with my hand.
So there are the bar tops.
The other bar top.
You can see why that would be confusing. There's
It's true.
2 bar tops.
True. So you're want to make sure that is clean.
Yep. Checked.
Okay. Good. I mean, there's tissues and water, and you can
No.
make an effort.
It's
No. All right. Good. So the bar top is clean to your satisfaction.
Correct.
Because we are both going to be eating this later.
It's fine.
Okay.
Oh, fine.
Nice.
Okay, this is a little bit of an Ike family secret.
Oh yeah.
Just get a dry tish
Uh-huh.
and just wipe it down.
Yeah.
And the good thing about a dry tissue is actually the static that it creates in the bar collects all the bacteria that you don't want to be there.
Okay, good.
But leaves
good to know.
all the good bacteria.
Great. That is good to know.
So now you can perform surgery on that.
Good. And your bowl is dry. You want a dry bowl.
Oh, Jesus.
That's stainless steel. The stainless. Fuck this. Can we just go buy some pie?
That's why I buy my food.
You're gonna be so fucking impressed when you're done with this.
I'm hoping it ignites something.
7.5 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you got a clean bowl. You got a clean working surface.
Dry bowl.
I made this
I'm just going to take a little
a
drink.
dozen times. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Pour yourself a nice stiff drink and get bacon.
When these are finished,
Yeah.
I vote we have some honey on ice with no lime.
I agree. I totally agree. Okay, apple pie. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, Joe, measure out 325 grams of plain flour.
Is that just by sight?
Well, I have provided you with a measuring cup. Do you see it up there?
Tablespoons?
Is there not a measuring cup over there?
No, but it's too late, so I'm just going to have to do it by sight.
No. That's not how that's going to work. I'm going to fuck up my dessert. Don't panic.
I hope you know this is the last time you're allowed behind the bar, by the way, because you're breaking the rules already. Okay,
325 grams of flour.
Which is how many cups?
I think they have, well, you know what? You figure it out.
I'm going to do 2 cups.
Okay.
Because I would say probably 1 cup of all-purpose flour is about 150, if not 100, 170 grams.
Okay.
2 cups.
Yeah, put it in the bowl.
That's good. I'm already feeling confident. I'm
Okay.
going to put that there. Yep.
I'm really curious, but I can't look, right?
No, of course not.
Okay, you put that
It
much
looks,
in?
how many grams did you want?
325.
Yeah, that's it.
What I need from you now is a pinch of salt in that.
A human pinch?
A human pinch, yeah. 1 human pinch. It's okay. I mean, I'm looking at what you're doing. You're not going. I can't look at what. Okay. I think let's do this. 2 tablespoons of the granulated sugar.
2 tablespoons.
Yeah.
Extra sugar.
Extra sugar. Then just give that little dry mixture a nice stir up. Make sure that everything's incorporated. Your salt and your sugar.
Yeah. Yep. Love that.
Okay.
Tick.
Now here's the real part. Using a cutting board. Okay, so cut 100 grams of butter into cubes.
So this block of butter is 200 grams that I bought from the
Perfect.
grocery store. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a quarter of it into cubes. I passed high school.
You just walked right past it. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to get both your hands in there.
Ooh.
And basically you want to sort of smash it all up. You know, this kind of a motion with your fingertips.
Like massage it in.
Massage it in, but what you want to...
You want softened butter for this?
You don't want softened butter. What
difference does it make?
It will make a difference. I'll tell you later.
Thanks for answering my question.
I'll tell you later. I can't be expected to answer these questions right now. This is a pivotal point.
Okay.
I know it makes a difference.
Okay.
Oh shit! Sorry.
What? Are you mixing it?
No, it's my fault. My fuck up. I forgot because I normally don't do it with the cheese.
Oh.
We're gonna experiment tonight, actually.
Okay.
So clean yourself up there. Great.
You can never say that without sounding like kind of weird.
Yeah.
Clean yourself up. There. It's like, now I feel like I need a shower. Okay. Yep. Great.
Great bunch of cheese.
A bunch of
cheese in there. And try not to... Well, whatever. Nothing. It felt condescending.
Really?
It felt condescending. What was it about?
Less slow than telling me to clean myself up.
Clean yourself up there, sugar.
Come on, hun.
Clean yourself up, baby. We're doing a cooking show here. People don't want to see you like this.
Pull yourself together. This is good, by the way. I think this is funny.
That's good.
Cut that out, man.
Yeah, definitely cut that out. Jesus.
Okay, so right now I'm just grating a bunch of cheese.
Grate a bunch of cheese into your flour, butter, sugar, salt mixture.
Ooh, that's a
You don't want like a shit ton of cheese.
I think
like I said, not more than 3/4 of a cup. Imagine that.
No promises.
All right. Now, what you want to end up with at some point in the hopefully not too distant future is you want the consistency to be like rough little peas. Little peas.
Like the vegetable peas.
Yes. You want that butter and the cheese now to really crumble up and
it's quite crumbly. I wouldn't say it's not dusty anymore.
This is agonizing not being able to look at this. It really is. It's taking everything in my power not to fucking look.
Don't fucking look.
God damn it.
Don't fucking look, Brian.
I won't. I want
you need
to
to
so
top
bad.
Up there.
Yeah. Well, clean yourself up, sweetie, and make me a drink.
Okay, 1 second. I'm happy with that, but don't fucking look at it.
I'm not gonna look.
Don't look at it.
Okay,
Washing
now,
my hands, I'm gonna
no,
make
not yet.
drink.
No, not yet. So listen, if you're happy with the consistency, you say that you are.
As a baking expert, we're on a really good track.
Now, here's the thing, and I'm just gonna let you deal with this because this is what bakers have to deal with. Okay, this is just what they have to deal with. What I'm gonna need now is about 1 tablespoon of cold water from that refrigerator. And I swear to God, if you get fucking buttery, floury hands on my door handle...
Well, you wouldn't let me wash my hands.
Yeah, well, that's because you don't need to wash them yet. So I'm going to need... Put about...
How many?
Well, let's start with 1 tablespoon.
Did you look while I was away?
I did not. I know the rules. Okay, I don't know what that looks like. I have no idea if that's enough. So, but let's not... You don't want to overdo it.
Do you want to get in there again?
So now what you want to do is form it into a nice... ball, and it should now you should be able to shape it, and it shouldn't be too dry. If it's too dry, if you feel like it's too dry,
definitely doesn't feel too dry.
Great. You don't also want it too wet, but it's okay.
Descriptive, Brian. Thanks.
Not too wet, not too dry, just right.
I honestly think this is pretty good.
Okay. Now what you want to do is get it all, scrape the sides, everything. All of that goodness. Get it all up into one big mass.
It takes as long as it's going to take.
I know what it looks like. It's so important to know what it looks like. It's so important.
You cannot see.
Damn it.
I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
I might just do a splash of water again.
Okay. Don't put too much, though. Because then it's going to get really sticky. And it's not good.
I'm trying not to get my... I'm trying not to get my dusty hands on your water bottle because I know what you like about residue.
So once you've done that, then you want to divide that into 2 equal sized little balls.
Good.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, now what you want to do is you want to find... So just rip off two bags, like they're hanging... It should be hanging on a hook. Yeah. Just rip off 2 of those.
You want 2?
Yeah. And then just put a ball in each...
Ball in each bag.
Ball in each sack, I was going to say. And then it's not that kind of show. Sorry.
We're trying to, get some highbrow.
It's a family. It's a family show.
Family show, right? Yep. It's pretty good. I'd buy it.
I'm not even looking at it.
Okay. Yep.
Stick those in the fridge.
Is it okay if it's like sticking to the bag a lot?
It's not really fun to joke when you're baking. That's not the time for jokes. Baking is a serious endeavor.
It's not really fun to joke when you're baking.
So basically now, we're gonna let that cool off, chill out.
Chill out.
For
it's currently 8:45.
8:45. At this point, it doesn't matter as long as it's at least 20 minutes.
Okay. Should I put the butter back in there?
Yeah. Put the butter back in there.
2,000 years later.
All right, there's a lot of things that are going to happen right now. They're going to happen fast. They're going to happen in quick successions. All right, so you need to be on the ball.
I think I'm ready.
All right.
I'm more drunk than when I made the crust.
Would you like a glass of milk?
Okay.
Yeah, make sure that bowl is clean because now we're going to be using it for a filling. But when you're done washing it, what you're going to need to do... Oh, sorry. We're apple pie part 2.
Apple pie part 2. Making the filling.
And preheating the oven.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so let's preheat that oven to 180. All right, so here's a question. And I knew this was going to come up.
Do I know how much a gram
No.
of flour looks like? No, okay. Because the answer is no.
There's going to be that. You're going to need to get another bowl.
Okay.
All right, so that little bowl is dry, right?
Yeah.
And your big bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's the question. And this is a personal taste thing. Do you like the skin on your apple in a pie, or do you not like it?
From a laziness perspective, I'm gonna say yes. I love skin.
Okay. I don't mind it. I like it. I generally leave the get the apples. Okay. In your small bowl.
Let's make apple-based cocktails. Actually.
Ooh, let's definitely do that. Definitely do that. Okay, in your small bowl,
smell that.
Damn, they smell good.
Yeah.
In your little bowl, give me 2.5 tablespoons of plain flour. Could you measure out half this sugar and half this sugar? But ultimately, what I want is 125 grams.
I don't know. Okay.
Of both of those.
I'm just gonna put 1 cup.
I'm glad you're finally starting to get stressed out. This is gratifying.
I'm just gonna put 1 cup of sugar in.
Well, what I'd like is 125 grams.
Well, I don't know how much that is. Fucking brain. Any scales.
Fucking demands. No.
So before I kind of thought about 350 grams of flour was 2 cups.
Right.
So now I'm gonna do.
Oh, this is so important to see. It's so important to see.
Why did you bring a scale?
All right, you know what?
No.
Back up.
No.
No. I'm adjusting to change circumstances.
We're putting a half cup of the extra sugar and a half cup of the black sugar.
Yes.
What's happening?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
But a little less.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not know that I put that in your dry mix?
Based on my previous approximation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now, mix that all up. Make sure it's very, very well mixed. Now, once you've got that well mixed,
yep,
it's apple time. So now you've got that. Leave that aside for now.
Happy to.
Now what you want to do is slice up those apples.
How many? 6.
6 apples, but not paper thin.
It's going to take forever. 6 of this?
Yeah, man.
Who does this for fun?
Aren't we having fun? Come on.
And I put it in this big bowl.
You put it in the big bowl. Exactly.
And when you decide that you don't want to eat this, why don't you try this apple pie that I just bought from the store like a fucking normal person?
You know what's going to be amazing and what's going to make you regret having ever said that? Is
when we taste it, it tastes really good. Yeah, you keep saying that, Brian.
And I bought some ice cream.
Whoa! Okay, I take it back. I take all of it back.
Well, okay, let's do podcast stuff while you slice the apple.
Why don't you start your story while I...
Should I do that?
Okay, tell me from memory your story.
Yeah, but you got to do the thing. Do the thing. Do the thing.
You have to ask me.
Oh, yes. You think I would have fucking figured this out after 6 episodes? Jesus.
You say it like it's a lot.
I know,
like,
it's not really that many.
6 episodes. One day we'll be saying after 106 episodes.
That's going to be amazing.
That'll be a crazy day.
Should we do a special thing
That's
on the
when we're gonna have
106th episode?
When we have our 100th episode, we're going to have like a regular size party. Not a mini party. We're going to have regular size packets of Doritos.
Hey, Joe, do you have a sugar fact for us this week?
I do. Of course I do. I'd love to share it with you.
All right, let's hear it.
So, my sugar fact this week is basically in India, they...
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Don't interrupt me.
You gotta... Oh, right.
Dude.
Well, give me space to interrupt, you know what I mean?
So how interrupting what?
You start your story and then you pause.
You pause, and then someone interjects, and that's what an interruption is.
Here's my sugar fact for today. Please interrupt me now.
Pause for fact.
Let's start over. Hey, Joe, what's your sugar fact for today?
My sugar fact this week.
All right, before you start. All right.
It just rolled very slowly.
Was that the 6th apple?
I don't know.
Stop hounding me with this shit.
Hitting me with facts and figures. Okay, I don't know. Look how many cores that is. 100?
6. 5 to be. You've obviously, everybody has heard of the novel Moby Dick.
Is that the one about the dolphin?
Melville. It's the dolphin. The killer dolphins.
Killer dolphin.
Of Florida.
Go on.
In 1820, the whale ship the Essex embarked from Nantucket.
That's correct.
On a quest for whales.
Yeah.
Quest for whales. You know, the deal is...
They all did.
Well, yeah. The deal is that Nantucket was sort of like the epicenter of whale oil production in North America for quite some time. But what they had done is that they depleted their fishing grounds. So they had to keep going further and further out. So that became an issue. And anyway, the Essex, they were like, we're going to go out and we're going to get some whales. We're going to kill whales and we're going to rip their skulls open and we're going to take out the oil from their skulls. So they did. They left and they went out to their usual spot. No whales. They had to go a little bit further out into the Atlantic. No whales. Oh, no, they did get one. They got one whale. This is great. I'm doing this unscripted. There was a storm. Look, there was the captain. I'm going to edit this all. It's going to sound like fucking poetry. Oh, now you got snot in the apple pie. God damn it.
It's a cough. It's a cough.
Captain George Pollard. What do you think of that shit? And his first mate, Ricky
Gervais.
Ricky Gervais set out on the ocean one day. And, no, come on.
You be serious.
I didn't... You be serious now.
You be serious now, Brian.
Did you get your apple slice?
Apples are finally fucking done.
Okay. What I would like now is for you to take that lemon there.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
All right.
Squeeze that over the apple. And then, are you getting a lot of juice from that?
Yeah, loads.
Really? Good. Squeeze it all over the apples. What is wrong with that? Why that face?
I didn't know lemon went into apple pie.
It's preserving the apples from turning them brown.
Okay.
And then mix it all up with your hands. Get that lemon juice all over the apple.
Do you want me to use that other lemon?
If you feel like there's not enough lemon juice, then maybe.
I don't fucking know how much enough is.
Well, that's why. So you said there was a lot of juice from that little.
Lots.
Okay. Well then.
Yep.
Now, if you feel confident that lemon juice has coated all the apple.
Smells citrusy.
Okay, good. Then you're gonna pour your dry mix that you just made.
Mm-hmm.
Pour that over your apple slices. Yeah. Pour it all in there. Mix it up. But before you do that, would you mind going into the fridge and getting the vanilla essence that I made earlier?
Ooh, you made some vanilla essence. God, that smells so good.
So take a teaspoon of that.
Can we make a drink with this?
We absolutely can.
God, it smells so good. A teaspoon.
Take a teaspoon of that, drizzle it over the concoction,
Happy to.
and hopefully, as you're mixing it, you're gonna get like a liquid. There'll be a bit of.
It's apple slices.
Hey man, don't take that tone with me. It's apple slices, you fucking moron.
Solid. It's a solid.
You're gonna get juice. That's why I said
I'm
hopefully.
not.
Well, keep doing it. You've been doing it for like 5 seconds. Angry bakers are happy bakers.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
I know.
Tell me about the whale.
And there was a bit of a rivalry from this guy Chase and Pollard. Pollard was the captain. Chase was the first mate. They had a bit of a rivalry, but it turns out the Atlantic, just in general, was bereft of whales.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking mammals and they don't reproduce at the rate they were getting killed.
Good
at.
point, Joe. Good point.
Sorry.
In the future,
National
though,
Geographic
can we
applying for a job.
save our interjections for the very end? I love the enthusiasm. I do.
Cool.
I love the
I
enthusiasm.
love that you're into it,
Yeah.
but maybe just shut the fuck up.
Just until the Q&A portion of my presentation. I mean, it's scheduled in there. If you bothered to read the
If you looked
program,
at the notes.
yeah, you would see. Brian talks, and then there's going to be a Q&A. Like we do it every fucking week.
Go on, please. I'm so sorry.
So they made the decision to head out to the Pacific. Fuck it. Ain't no whales in the Atlantic. Let's go to the Pacific.
Yeah, why not? Fucking road trip.
So they rounded the Cape of Good Hope, which is a treacherous cape. Aye, a treacherous cape it be. And they rounded that cape and they went out into the Pacific Ocean. Ah, and there be whales out there. There do be whales.
Everywhere else.
And there she blows. There she blows. So, they were getting a little bit lucky in the Pacific. And then they heard from a passing Spaniard. A tale for the ages.
This is why people tune into Sugar Facts. Like, you want to hear a factual story?
Or
Tainted
just,
with storytelling.
This passing Spaniard.
For those at home, Brian's sitting with his hands just fanned out, pressed together, like a real storyteller right now.
Thank
to the
you.
point his body language is not screaming, believe me, right now.
I realize there's some repercussions from the blatant lies that I told last episode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I know.
That's how I felt this
The
week.
trust
I was
is
like,
going to have to be
I
built
wanted
up.
to be like, hey, Brian, I know I've underprepared this week, but
Right.
last week you literally lied. So,
Can I just make up some shit?
so you're lucky I even came with the story.
So this passing Spaniard told a tale of mystery and woe.
Mm.
And he said, and I apologize in advance for our Spanish listeners, or our Latin American listeners as well.
I can't wait.
Yeah. I'm going to do it, though. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Goddamn hesitate.
Oh, the preheating's done. Hold on, we got to
So you're in an oven situation.
post heat.
Sorry, it's been 3 hours of this oven just cooking the room. When do I put the Baileys in
It's
there?
your pie. Ooh.
Now?
Now. Now is when you put the Baileys in it.
It's looking good.
That's
You know,
a stroke of fucking
I
genius.
scoffed at you.
But you're getting some
about
liquid
the
now,
liquid
aren't you?
stuff, but
Can I tell you a little secret? Sugar, and this isn't even my sugar fact. Sugar is, it draws moisture out of
yeah,
things.
I can fucking
Yeah.
tell.
So when you
Some
put sugar
moist
on
as fuck
things-
in there.
Yeah, good. Put Baileys in it, and then also you're going to need to cube up some butter and put some butter. Oh, no, not yet. No, not yet. Sorry, not yet. Oh, you're not even at the hard part yet.
What?
Honestly, you're not even at the hard part
Jesus.
yet. Yeah, I know. Okay, so mix that up a little bit more now that you put the Baileys in it, which I think was a stroke of fucking genius, to be honest.
Smells so good.
Does it? Can I smell it at least? I'll close my eyes. I'll close my eyes. Can I not even smell it? That's cruel.
Nope.
You know, Joe, you're a lot of
smells so
things, but I never figured you to be cruel.
Yep, I am.
Well, you were wrong.
Yeah, you were wrong. Yum. Oh, I bet the hard part is like fucking putting the pastry.
All right. Make sure your hands are dry. Joe's
Yes.
rolling her eyes,
That
looking
was delightful.
so put out by this insane request that she dry her hands.
All right, what's next?
Now you want to get your well, before you do that, create a lightly floured surface that you're going to be able to work on. You're going to need some space. Also, take your pie tin
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, nice.
butter that up.
Okay, so butter the tin.
Yeah.
I just love that the cannibalism episode is the baking episode. Okay, that's pretty good. That's so much butter. I'm not sure I could put more butter.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't really need that
Yeah.
much. You don't need that much.
Yum.
And then create like a workspace
Done.
with lightly floured. Lightly floured.
Don't use that tone with me.
Get your rolling pin. Don't tell me we left it in the oven.
Oh my god, is that a bonfire you brought from home?
There you go. I didn't even need to tell you that part. You just did that. That instant kicked right in.
Whoops. Evolution.
Turns out I know exactly what I'm doing this whole time.
Yeah. I don't know how to bake.
I just improved your recipe, dickhead.
Yeah. So I add Bailey's and then I just pretended not to know. It's a classic
Nutmeg and apple pie? I don't think so,
Fatale
asshole.
trick. Okay.
I'm going to stick it in the oven and burn it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Now, bring out your doughs.
Okay. So now I'm going to roll this out.
Well, I would recommend first sort of shaping it into like a disc, if you can.
Yeah, it's rock hard.
I know, it's super hard. Yeah. But the warmth from your hands will help.
Yeah, but
You don't
cold
wanna-
hard.
Yeah, but that's how you want it.
Everything is fine. It's dropping all over the place. Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. This is
I mean, you get where we're going here,
this
right?
is such an episode of Nailed It. It's not even funny.
You need to roll it out,
Yeah.
but you want it to, it'll be easier for everyone if you can keep it intact
I'll try my
as
best.
much as you can. Roll it out. So these guys just went out looking for whales, and
Yeah.
the Spaniard told them where they could find like a.
Wait, sorry. What? In what way did he tell them? What voice did he use?
If you go out beyond the shores of Ecuador, 1,000 miles. That is so terrible. It's not even. It's not
I
even
don't know
good.
what country that's from? To be honest.
If you go out beyond the shores of Ecuador,
That's pretty good.
1,000 miles. No, that's terrible. I used to be able to do this. So they went out and they followed the Spaniards' advice, and they found a great school of whales. And they got in their little whaling boats, and they harpooned some whales, and great fun was had by all, except the whales.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Did you read anything about how they would ride the whales?
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God fucking damn this goddamn.
Okay, here's the part where it's all going to be okay, though. Just get that stuff in the tin.
Trying my best.
Yeah, and now
it's
here-
gonna be a real patchwork.
It's
though.
fine, it's fine. And here's what you do. You just press it in there and make it look
Yeah.
nice.
I'm just
Not a big deal.
patchworking it. Oh,
Honestly, the hardest part is yet to come. You're not even at the hard part yet.
This is bullshit. Alright, go on.
Baking sucks.
Baking is fucking stupid.
Yeah, but at the end we're gonna have a fucking apple pie.
Yeah, ice cream.
With ice cream.
Yum.
One of these rogue sperm whales, a giant one apparently, rammed the Essex, which had literally.
It's like it followed the little ship back, the little boat. His little boat was on the way back to the main vessel. And
Oh, I thought this was my story, but okay, go ahead.
I'm clarifying.
I'm kidding.
I'm asking.
Maybe.
Just was genuinely
You're so
asking.
into your pie right now.
Genuinely asking.
It's amazing.
It's a real patchwork.
It's okay. Just make sure it's all in there. So this giant sperm whale smashed into the hull of the Essex, which literally had
Amazing.
never happened before in recorded history. That a whale had never attacked
They
a
fought
vessel
back.
like that. Not only did the whale ram the boat once, he rammed it twice, turned around and did it again.
It's crazy to imagine this, seeing this in real life.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Oh my god, humans watch this.
Yeah. So the boat was listing, as they say in the sea.
Mhm.
Listing.
In the sea.
Taking on water, as they say. Sinking, as they say. Fucked up,
Don't say anything
as they say in the sea. How do you say sinking? How do you
How do you say?
How do you say?
Water?
water? As you say, water in the boat? So the ship was sinking, as they say. And decisions were made. Many, many decisions. Let's get the compass. Let's get the hardtack. Hardtack, for those of you who are not of a nautical persuasion, is it's kind of seafaring wafer. Similar to, if you've seen Lord of the Rings, lembas, with the elven bread. But less nutritious and tasty. Look, I'm trying to hit all demographics here, right? You never know.
The elves.
Yes, the elves might be paying attention.
Just checking that's who we're trying to talk
Lembas! Shout out to Lembas! He mentioned Lembas! I love this fucking podcast!
I just wanted to check that we're now reaching out to full-on fucking Lord of the Rings tribes.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to put the filling in.
Whoa.
No?
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Go on.
You probably have too much.
So,
I'm gonna,
I've got way too much.
But you know what? You'll
put
be
it all
surprised. Put it all in.
Go on with your story.
Yeah. So, so decisions. Like, oh shit, let's take this. Let's take the compass. Let's take the maps. Let's take the bread. Let's take the water. So they filled up their little whaleboats and piled in and watched as the ship sank over the course of a couple days. It took a couple days.
Really?
Yeah, it did actually. It wasn't like
That's
immediate.
Crazy.
But then they were like, all right, well, our ship is fucked. We need to go. We're not going to do any good sitting here. So some debate was had as to where they should head out. It turns out, and they brought this up, there's a string of islands called the Marquesas. Don't ask me where they are. They were close to them though, and that was debated. Like that was actually probably the closest they could hit land was the Marquesas. But in a weird, ironic twist, they decided let's not go there because there's cannibals there,
Whoa.
and we don't want any of that shit in our lives.
Not about it.
We're not into cannibalism.
They said at the time.
Yeah. So Chase, I believe, was the one who suggested that they light out toward somewhere in South America, Chile, I believe, somewhere in Chile. What is that?
I believe comes as like as they say.
As they say. So, which unfortunately was going to take them like 3,000 fucking miles out of the way. I like you're just like you were Joe is a baker. She hasn't even baked it yet, and she's already a baker. It's okay though. You can pile it up.
To make a drink.
Yes, perfect. Okay, all right. Now you're gonna need to get your other ball of dough. Make a top, and that's gonna suck. Yeah. So that fateful decision was made. Let's try to go to Chile rather than these close islands that are near us. Because we're afraid of naughty natives. So they did. And everything turned out fine at the end. Turned out it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a big deal. And they made it, and they were hailed as heroes, and they all got bonuses.
And whales.
And whales. Everyone got a pet whale. And they all named them Moby Dick, and that's why we have the novel Moby Dick. So, turned out to be not the greatest decision they could have made. They went through many travails, storms, getting separated from one another. I guess those two things. Just those two things. Well, the sun, it was hot. So 3 things. Storms. Separation.
If last week it was Brian's lies, this week it's Brian's ad lib, and I don't know what I like more. This is so fucking funny to listen to.
So it was hot, and obviously, you have a boat full of food, you're gonna run out. And they did. So inevitably, they ran out of food. They were all dying. And I know that on Chase's boat, there were like 3 or 4 like freed. I don't know if they were freed or just free black people.
Hey.
And one of them died. One of the black guys died, and it was decided amongst the survivors to eat him. They were like, we're all going to die, so let's eat him. So they cut off his head, they cut off his hands, they opened him up, ate his organs, drank his blood, ate his...
Well, they drink his blood.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they need the hydration.
Yeah, and dried out his skin for future use.
Wow,
Yeah.
they really went for it.
Man, did they. But it kept him alive until the next black guy died. And then they cut off his head.
It's a real trend here.
Cut off his hands, opened him up, ate his heart, drank his blood, dried out his skin until...
And sorry, just to clarify, the survivors at this point are all white?
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah. Okay.
Well, here's what happened next. Another black guy died. So at this point, you're the last black guy alive.
And you're like, it doesn't fucking look good.
You're like,
It
hey,
never fucking look good.
what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
But here's how the theory goes, though, because obviously that looks very suspicious.
It looks very bad.
It looks very bad, but here's the theory anyway, which isn't much better. The theory is that although they were freed, black people in this whaling boat, they were still discriminated against, so they would get less rations, and they were basically like
weaker and
malnourished anyway, and so it's not terribly conspiratorial that they might have been the first ones to die.
Sure.
Or it might have just been like, hey guys, sorry, we took a vote, and you're the next to go. There's 5 of us, 3 of you. Sorry.
Surprise.
So they were eating each other, and adrift at sea for 84 days. In the other boat with Captain Pollard, I failed to mention this earlier because it really didn't matter until this very moment. He had his cousin was on the boat with him. Here's now why that matters. So on that boat, they took a different route and they drew lots.
Oh, not votes against who was the most black?
Right. I don't think they had any black guys on that boat.
Oh, well, that's why they had to do it democratically.
Right. So they drew lots, I'm
just gonna put this in the oven real quick.
Wait, is it done?
I've put the covering on.
So you've got the covering on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do I need
shit.
to stab it? Oh no.
I did forget one thing, but it's not a big deal. But you need to do it though.
What?
Can you cut up like about 6 cubes of butter?
Yeah.
And if you can, put them under the crust.
Are you joking?
I know, I totally forgot, but it's really important.
Are you joking?
I'm not.
Like
I'm not.
in the filling?
Yeah. I'm so sorry. I was so into my story, man.
Don't know what you just asked me to do. It's fine. I can do it.
But here's what you need to cut out some little slits in the crust anyway.
Yeah.
So if you could just sort of slip them in under, cut the slits out and then slip them in. Yeah, put it in the oven. Cook it for 55 to 60 minutes. Same temperature it's on now. And that should give us enough time to build up an appetite.
Yep.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so
You can't fuck
fucking
it
good,
up.
man. You can't fuck it up.
Are you finished with your story?
Oh yeah, and then they all lived happily ever after. The
Okay.
end.
No, I'm going to do my story, but first I'm going to make out drink.
Yeah, sure. While you do that, I want to go over some of the other options we have for membership.
So fucking funny.
Look, here's the deal. Every 6 episodes, unfortunately, we're gonna have to do a membership drive. It's just how. It's just you know what? It's the schedule of these things.
Funny.
It's how
I don't know why I found it so
they work.
funny. I was like over at the fridge and I listened in to you doing this sales pitch and just lost my shit.
I don't relish this. You know what I mean? This isn't why I do. This isn't why I started this.
But
This isn't why Joe and
Bills
I
are bills.
started this. But we do
Yeah.
have to pay our bills. We've got our Jim Beam bill. We've got our
wow.
Bailey's bill. We've got our dishwashing liquid bill. Like it adds up. It adds
You
up.
wouldn't think dishwashing liquid in Taiwan's expensive.
It is though.
But it is.
They're not. They won't know. They have no idea.
Cheers. To your story. Good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. Oh, from memory though. Fucking hell.
Insane.
Insane.
I'm not sure
right?
how accurate it was.
And now, since you actually.
missed out the bit where they set fire to the fucking island.
Oh yeah. If you as the listener feel that my story suffered in any way by leaving out the burning of the island, please don't hesitate to fill out the card and mail it to us. If, on the other hand, like me, you feel like that was an extraneous detail that really added nothing to the story, also fill out your card and send it to us.
So where do I find these cards? Just
You
asking
send
for
them-
a friend.
Yeah. You can send them to our email.
Which is?
Sugar Facts. Taiwan Sugar Facts.
Nope.
Taiwan.
Sugar
Sugar time.
Facts Taiwan.
Oh, that was easy.
gmail.com.
Wait, do it again. Sugar Facts Taiwan 2000 comms. Sugar Facts Taiwan.
Sugar Facts Taiwan
Yeah.
at gmail.com.
Oh, okay, well that makes more sense. Sugarfactstaiwan at gmail.com.
Okay, shut up.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my story.
I'm excited.
So, interesting.
Yeah.
Now, Bri,
Oh, yeah.
I know this week we said that the theme was maritime/cannibalism.
Don't you dare.
I may have expanded the
Okay.
remit. This is about an airline cannibalism situation.
In the airplane?
No.
No.
Sorry. No.
It's been a
But-
really long flight.
Yeah. I'm hungry. It's
These peanuts aren't doing it for me.
yeah. It's Ryanair and it's £5 a meal. Just give me your arm.
Fuck it.
It's not worth the money.
I'm not going to interrupt you.
Just keep watching a movie. Just give me your pinky
Right.
finger. So this is the story. I'm not going to try and talk it up too much at the beginning, although I already kind of have.
You
too.
have, absolutely.
But the more I read of this, so basically I started writing about or researching the same story that you just told.
Yeah, sure.
So as a last minute option, I was like, fuck it, find something else. And I looked at some things and nothing really was the right thing. And then this just kind of was my last ditch option.
Right.
And the more I read it, the more I was like, this is the coolest story I've ever heard.
Okay.
Maybe the wildest.
Really? Okay.
And it's from the 70s.
Okay.
So it's actually pretty recent. So this is the story.
Well,
Looks good though.
it looks good. Can I look now?
Yeah.
It looks fucking amazing. It looks so fucking good.
We made enough pie! It looks really good.
Shit.
Yeah.
Does
I
it
think
smell
that was
good?
perfect. It smells perfect.
Does it really?
So we just let that cool.
Let it cool a little bit.
Okay, try and concentrate on the cannibalism in the meantime.
It's gonna be hard with that fragrant
Smells
apple
so
pie.
good. Shh. Listen to the
All
story
right,
of woe.
all right.
Tales of woe.
It looks good though. I mean, is it gonna be flaky and buttery,
Only
or is it gonna be something else?
time will tell.
Doesn't it?
I'm such a fucking impatient person.
Yeah, you really didn't give that ice cream much time to thaw out. So for our listeners, Joe is like carving the ice cream out with like a fork in a really like desperate sort of cave woman sort of like.
Brian, thank you for recipeing me.
Yeah,
Your eyes are
man.
filled with glee.
I'm so happy.
Yum.
I'm so fucking happy.
God, almost the same thing as. Okay, I'll focus on the pie for a second.
it's so fucking good.
Mm?
It's so fucking good, man.
Yum.
That crust is not
How's it
fucking bad, man. Right?
Visual depth.
Don't you think?
I haven't tried it.
Oh.
I've got mostly apple here.
It's not a bad crust at all.
Really?
Yeah. Because, sometimes a bad crust, it's like a little too chewy or a little too, like, pasty.
That's nice crust.
It's pretty light. It's pretty light and flaky.
I barely got any crust here, dude. It's like all apple.
Get some crust.
Okay.
Eat this crust.
No, I got the crust, yeah. Oh. Okay.
Mmm.
Yeah.
Good, right?
We did good.
Well, you did it.
Well, you guided.
You're a baker, man.
You. I love
It is
doing this after this.
So
I was gonna say-
fucking good, man. All right. What's your sugar pack, Joe?
So in India, years of bumper cane harvests and record sugar production have smashed domestic sugar prices. I'm just gonna do it. If I read it, it sounds fake. So in India,
Yeah.
it's been a successful few years for the sugar industry.
Right.
So record harvests have sent the cost or the price of sugar just plummeting. India, actually, as it turns out, is a major producer and exporter of sugar. As such, it's made it hard for mills to pay money owed to farmers, and they've actually run up a record $4.38 billion in arrears to some 50 million cane farmers. So India's sugar success has been a financial catastrophe.
Prove it.
Prove it. Meaning some sugar farmers have gone without money for a year and a half. Full stop. End of fact.
Huh. That's interesting.
Huh.
What are
Disappointing.
huh. Really? Wow. Okay.
I'm so glad you said that.
What do you think of that?
Pardon me. I think it's wild.
I think it's wild?
Yep.
I'm inclined to agree.
It was meant to be more a sophisticated economic point, but it's the end of the evening. I've lost my shit. Pardon me. What's your sugar fact, Brian?
Well, apparently the work on early sugar plantations wasn't only physically demanding, it was hazardous. Yeah. Accidents occurred frequently and often led to deaths. There were different risks associated with the various machinery at a sugar refinery. Various risks. It was not uncommon
At all. Yeah.
for a laborer to have their hands ground off or burned by molten sugar. Workers could even fall into the mill and get crushed to pieces.
Oh my god.
One report states that on occasion, a slave with a machete would stand beside the laborer responsible for feeding sugarcane into the mill. If the laborer got their hands stuck in the mill, the machete-wielding slave could quickly cut off the laborer's arms to save them from being completely pulled into the machine.
Ew.
The laborers, not the arms.
Just as like a solid favor.
But imagine that. Like, that's your job. Either job, actually. You're the guy feeding it or you're the guy with the machete. Both jobs equally sucky. And then what if, like, I'm just imagining too, like, what if there's a situation where, like, there's a tiny little glitch, and then the guy's, like, just ready to chop off your arms. Like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I wasn't about to get sucked into the mill. It's too late, man. It's too late. I gotta chop off your arm. I'm showing you I'm out of the machinery.
It's my job. I've got KPIs.
This is what they're paying me for, man. Sorry.
They could have fired me if I don't chop off 7 more arms.
I need to leave my shift with 7 arms. So anyway, yeah, that's my sugar fact.
Wow,
what do you think of that?
Is fucked up.
Yeah.
Is what I think about that.
Well, this is episode 6, so anything can happen.
So anything can happen in episode 6.
Anyway, thanks for watching.
Cheers.
In your mind.
And thank you for listening with your ears.
With your ears, yeah.
Cheers.
This has been a Sugar Fact special edition apple pie
surprise.
Stay tuned for future episodes where we will make increasingly complex dishes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
can't wait because I've loved making this apple pie.
As you all heard, she was stress-free. Very...
Since 93, baby!
Yeah. And don't forget, like us in real life.
I think that should be preceded by, like, and where can they find us, Brian?
I don't know if we should do that every time.
Okay, yeah. And as always...
Like us.
Wait, say it again.
As always.
1, 2, 3. As always. Like us in real life.
Also, what's a salad? So that'll be like a weird time warp thing.
Yeah, nice. That makes a lot of sense.
You know what? Our listeners are sharp. They'll get it.
They'll get it.
They know what's going on.